Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So this week I started working on a little project. Well, I thought it was going to be little, and I thought it was going to be easy. It turned out to be neither. The first thing that I was doing is removing this dishwasher because I hate dishwashers. And Dookie was going to help. But I couldn't get the dishwasher out without removing the refrigerator for some reason. And that refrigerator should have been a sign that things were going to proceed in a very difficult manner. And nothing was going to be as easy as I thought. Dookie, I promise you can't help me with this. At one point with this, I thought I might have bit off more than I could chew, but I'll share more about that later, and how things went a little awry. We have had such amazing weather this week. I was able to spend a little bit of time in the garden with Bean.
Oh, the acorns? I don't know. Can you find them?
She loves to fill her pockets with acorns.
Yeah. Okay, you can find some acorns. I don't know. Where did they go?
Tummy. Popcorn. Our tummy. It's called my hand.
No, that's a mushroom. Mushroom.
She had lots of fun playing outside while I was done clearing off the trellises for the coming garden season.
Oh, thank you.
So first I got rid of the dishwasher, and then I decided I needed to get rid of the countertop above the dishwasher, because when I pulled out the dishwasher I realized that that wall had never been finished back there, and this project was going to need a lot more work. But I'm already running into a problem because I cannot get this wood to cut. It's cutting through the countertop, the plywood, it's cutting through the trim, but it will not cut through what's underneath. And at this point, I've tried all my saws. If I can't take it apart there, I'll just start at the other end and take it apart bit by bit, the hard way. One evening when I let the dogs out, they made a much louder ruckus than they usually do. At first I thought, oh no, what have they done? But this possum was truly playing possum. I could see him watching me walking around. I've checked him over. He didn't have any injuries, just a lot of dog slobber. And as soon as we went inside, he jumped up and scurried away. Well, you're feeling spunky this morning, aren't you? Good morning, Sophie. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Good morning, baby. Oh. You done playing? Are you hungry? Waiting for breakfast? Hi, Nubsy. Hi, buddy. Hi, Jumper. Hello friends, so today I had to run into Fort Smith. My Azure standard order came, and on this occasion little Miss Willow went along with me. There are a couple days a week where I keep her exclusively, but this is the first time that Azure standard has come on a day that I have Willow and Mr. Smith or nobody else was going to be here, so she went along for the very first time and had an absolute blast playing with the other children who were there, whose parents were getting their orders as well. So real quick, I was just going to show you what I picked up this month, just a few things. Now this big brown bag right down here, this is actually something new for me. It is organic whole oat groats. So I have a grain flaker that I bought that goes with my anchors room here, and I thought I would give some of these a try. Now I love oatmeal, and honestly I could eat it just about every morning, but I was doing a little bit of reading up on it, and it seems that much like all the other grains that you would mill for baking and things like that, if you flake your own oat groats, that the nutritional value and health benefits of the oats is significantly better. And so this is my first time ordering oat groats, which is basically your oat grain that is not crushed or chopped up or anything like that yet. So I will be giving that a try later this week, maybe even tomorrow. The next thing that I got was a case of the Bio Nature, I think it just means organic in French, or in Italian I should say. It's strained tomatoes. So basically it's just pureed tomatoes that have been strained. They're really, really kind of thick. But I got this because I have a canning recipe that I'm going to be making, and I can use these as the base of that recipe. And so that's what I got those for. And then I have, now I did get a case of frozen organic broccoli florets, but those are already in the freezer because it is currently 70 degrees outside, very warm. So frozen goods really need to hurry into the freezer when I get home, particularly because I ran another errand while I was in Fort Smith before I came home. All right, so this is a repack box. So it is a box, it says on here that it's frozen raspberries, but Azure Standard reuses boxes. So if this was, say, full of a whole bunch of packages of raspberries, those raspberries went to the individual people's orders, and then they use that box to pack up a whole bunch of stuff that I had ordered. So I'm going to open this up. Well, actually, let me move these tomatoes first. I'll lay this down and open this up. And this box will contain the rest of the things that I ordered today. All right, so we've got our seasonal sales flyer. A lot of times they'll include this with your order. Not always, but occasionally. All right, so first thing out of the box is some organic lemon juice. Been having a hard time finding organic lemon juice lately at the store, so added it to my order this month. I got 3 more cans of diced green chilies, just recipe ingredient for the pantry. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to move this bag out of the way so we can lay things down flat. All right, next out of the box is a brick of mozzarella cheese. It's been a couple months since I've ordered cheese, so it was just time to restock our most used ones. Sharp cheddar and the mozzarella. All right, and then I've got peanut butter. It's just the Azure Standard organic peanut butter. I've got some creamy and some crunchy. I ordered some parsley because I was completely out the other day, so I added this to my order. So this is a sprayer nozzle that goes on mason jars. Someone I was watching a few weeks ago, I can't even remember who now, had these. I didn't even know they made these for mason jars like this. I know they make the soap pumps because I have one of those on my kitchen sink, but I didn't know they had the sprayer one. So I went ahead and got one of those, or actually I got 2 of those. And here's my other bottle of lemon juice. Here's my other thing of parsley. Let's stick that in there. All right, then I got some organic green cabbage. And now the rest of these things are items that I have never gotten before from Azure Standard or at all. This is a candle. It is a scented beeswax candle, but it is made with non-toxic fragrance. It uses like cinnamon oil, clove oil, so like oils instead of artificial fragrance. And oh, I wish you could smell that. It smells wonderful. So it's made out of pure beeswax, but then it's got the coconut oil in there, which helps the beeswax. It's got sweet orange oil, cinnamon oil, and clove oil. And it, like I said, it smells really good. Okay, so then I got a roll of food wrap. It is beeswax organic cotton food wrap. It's a food roll. And so basically, you've probably seen the beeswax cloth bags and wrap and all of that stuff. that you can get, but this is a roll of it, so you can cut it to the size that you need. And of course you can reuse it over and over again. So it's not something that you just use once and toss away. Open it up here so you can see it. Like that. It's just fabric that is completely saturated in beeswax. And so when you are wrapping it around your food, just the heat from your hands softens it up and lets it wrap, and then it'll stick to itself. Kind of like saran wrap does, except there's no plastic. And then something else that Azure Standard just started carrying, and I found it just by happenstance, was organic fabric. So I ordered 2 yards. I ordered 1 yard of this farmyard design. I'll see if you can see that. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but it's got goats, it's got cows and flowers and bumblebees and all of that. Just organic cotton fabric. And the other one is called Apple Harvest. And there's apples, there's apple blossoms, it looks like bouquets maybe. It's got a little boy carrying a basket full of apples. There's chickens on there, just some cute little fabric, all made with organic cotton. And the reason I actually ordered this is because I specifically wanted organic cotton that didn't have dyes in it that were made of chemicals or anything like that, because I am going to make some beeswax bread bags that I can store my bread loaves in. So this is for a future project. That project will take place after the one that I'm currently working on, which you saw the beginnings of it earlier in this video. And I'll tell you, what was starting off as a small project is turning into a much bigger project. Finally, good night. Hello friends. Alright, so earlier in the video I mentioned that this simple little thing that I was doing here ended up turning into a much bigger project than I originally intended for it to be. Now, when we bought our property, we bought this cabin, our homestead here in Arkansas, we knew eventually the whole kitchen would get redone, and I had already started working on it, replacing all of the cabinets and everything on the stove side of the kitchen. Took out all of the open shelving that was up here, which was just nothing but a dust magnet, and visually just too busy for me. Installed all of the upper cabinets over here. And then the last thing that was going to happen was this over on the sink side. Well, on a spur, on an impulse, a couple of days ago, I decided to go ahead and pull out the dishwasher. Now, if y'all have followed me since we first had our homestead in Alabama, you know I hate dishwashers. I don't use them. I just don't like them. To me, they're wasted space. I'd much rather have the space to put things than have a dishwasher that I don't like anyways. So I had gotten rid of the dishwasher in Alabama, and I had built some shelving underneath, had a curtain over it, and I was able to put some buckets down there of the things that we use the most, like my hard white wheat, bread, flour, things like that. I think I had like 4 buckets tucked underneath there. And then I had, I think like 2 small shelves that I could put just like some dishes and stuff like right under the top, like baking dishes and things like that. I like that. And so I decided to go ahead and pull the dishwasher out, which led to other things. First of all, you saw me struggling to get the dishwasher out. So the tile floor that we have here in the kitchen is the really thick tile. I don't know what it is, but you know, tile comes in different thicknesses, and this is the thick stuff. Well, when they installed this floor, they did it after all of the appliances and the cabinets and everything were in place. So there's a lip where it goes from the tile down to the original floor. And so the dishwasher was pinned in that space. And in order for me to get it out, I had to pull out the fridge to figure out, which was a task in and of itself, because most refrigerators will roll forwards and backwards fairly easy so that you can clean and all of that. This one did not want to move. And so I had to inch it out, inch bit by bit. So the reason this started growing into something even bigger, instead of just removing the dishwasher and, you know, just making some storage under there for the time being, like I did at the other house, is because I discovered a leak. We have pipes that come in here on this side of the house. Now, our cabin here, it's just 1 bathroom and the kitchen, and they're side by side. They're right here. Now, originally, when this cabin was built, it was off-grid. There was no electricity, there was no water or anything like that. All of those things got added later. And thankfully, when they installed the pipes, where it came in, you know, into the house and then comes in here to the sink and then went over to the dishwasher, the only part that was in the wall is right here. But right about this spot, about 2 feet over, the pipes came out of the wall and go in front of the wall to the sink and then continue on over towards the bathroom. I am so grateful that they did not encase those pipes in the wall, that they actually just left them out, because I was able to see that leak, a slow drip coming from the pipe, and where that water had been dripping, there was 3 drawers right here, and the pipe was dripping on the base at the back of the drawers. And so I saw this, I saw the damaged wood. I'm like, oh no, no, no. And so I ended up struggling to get all of this cut out, because I needed to be able to see the studs and that bottom board. I think it's called a sill plate or something like that. I needed to be able to see that wood to make sure it wasn't rotted. Thankfully, it wasn't. That cabinet, this section here, had taken all of the moisture and just kind of contained it. So I'm super, super grateful about that. I wrapped the pipe. It's copper pipes. I tried to wrap it with a sealing silicone tape that's supposed to stop dripping pipes. It didn't work. So at this point, my next step is to remove the plumbing right here. I think years ago there used to be a washing machine hooked up here. It has the drain for the washing machine where it would drain out, and then it's got a hot and a cold. Looking at some really old pictures that we were able to find of our cabin from a long time ago, it looked like there was a mini fridge over here, a washing machine right here, and then the cabinets. As it stood, the cold water goes to the refrigerator, the hot water went to the dishwasher. Not only do I not like dishwashers, don't want a dishwasher, We don't use our ice maker in our refrigerator because I'm particular about the filters that I use for the water that we consume, and refrigerators don't have the filter that I would want. And so I'm going to cut this pipe or these pipes, cap them off, and remove all of this piping out of the wall. Replace all the insulation, close this wall all back up, and then when Mr. Smith gets back, because he's out of town at the moment, I was going to surprise him by doing, well, by removing all of this, capping off the end here, making it look pretty, and just, you know, phase one. But I was going to have it all, this part all done before he came home, and I wasn't going to tell him. But it has been such a struggle to get these things out. Y'all, I had to go to the store today to get Sawzall blades because I could not cut this wood with any of the saws that I had. This wood, I don't know what kind of wood this is a 2x3 right here. I don't know what kind of wood that is. But my saws tried to bite into it and were like, no, thank you. This drawer section that was here, you saw me struggling to rip it apart using crowbars and everything. It was so solid. Let's just say it was so hard to get this out. I swear they wanted these cabinets to double as a tornado shelter. It was so solid. Not only did they use a lot of really big nails to hold all of the pieces together, but they also glued all the pieces together. There's glue holding the cabinets. There was just glue everywhere. Industrial glue. So this is it for today. I'm not doing any more at the moment. I have a piece of wood here. I'm just going to block in the end because it's currently open. I don't want the cats to go in there or anything like that. So I'll block that off. Tomorrow I will be working on removing the plumbing. And then when Mr. Smith comes home, we're going to go ahead and replace these lower cabinets over here. Now my kitchen is in a complete state of chaos at the moment. My counter over here on this side is covered with tools and saws and crowbars and like all the things over there. And everything is just in a state of chaos. But these cabinets over here, when Mr. Smith gets back, he can help me get the rest of these out because y'all, I'm strong. But I about met my match with these things, so I can use some help from Mr. Smith to do this. I think we're going to keep the sink for the time being, though. You know, I do kind of like the sink. I would like something a little bit bigger, but we're going to keep this for the time being. I'm going to replace, I'm going to have cabinets just going straight across. I'm going to lose this little section right here for the time being. But I'm going to put a drawer unit over there, a sink unit over here. The sink will shift over just a little bit and kind of line up with the edge of the window right there. And then the open space that I have over here, I've actually got a plan for this. Now, while for the time being, I am going to be losing a little bit of precious counter space over on this side of the kitchen, this space right here, I'm not going to be installing a cabinet right now or a countertop right now. I'm actually planning on building a custom piece that's going to go here. And the idea that I have in my head, I think it's going to work out really, really well. But I do need to sit down and actually draw it out, figure out measurements, exactly how I'm going to build this. But I think it's going to be a really great addition to the kitchen, and I'll just leave it at that. But that is it, y'all. I am absolutely exhausted. I am going to get cleaned up and call it a night. This thing about kicked my butt, getting it ripped apart. Whoever built this, built it to last. So, anyways, thanks for spending some time with me here again today, y'all. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread. God bless, and I'll talk to y'all next time.